Hey everybody, sorry you caught me there in a moment to myself. What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Those Movie Dudes podcast. Yes, I'm wearing a football jersey, but that doesn't matter. It's also Monday and the Patriots are 2-10. I'm not upset. I'm not broken inside. It's fine. But welcome back. Those Movie Dudes, me, Spencer, and Nate here to talk about movie news, new releases, first time watches, do some trivia. We're going to talk about the Golden Globes. So, yeah, if you want to check us out, it's going to be at Those Movie Dudes, Instagram, TikTok, X, YouTube, Twitch, all the good places. DM us if you got a question. You know how it is. Let's welcome in the dudes. We got Ducky.
Oh.
And we got Debbie.
So what were you doing with those scissors? Were you just cleaning that?
Oh, yeah, no. I was just making sure they were still sharp enough to do the job. Okay. Cut open my Amazon boxes. I got all Christmas presents.
Yeah, speaking of Amazon, got to tease it at the intro, but I just got Top Gun Maverick in the mail.
That thing was
$10.
Clean.
4K, and I before I opened it, I even said this out loud. No one was home, but I said it out loud. I'm like,
okay,
I really hope there's a slipcover on this, and thank God there was.
Dude, I've been so disappointed with no slipcovers. I did get a movie today too that I forgot I ordered. It took like almost over a month to get here. Let me go grab it. You guys can continue.
Well, with Amazon, you just never know, and that's the issue with
stupid.
Buying movies online is you just never know if it's going to have a fucking slipcover, and that's what's the most important thing when you're a collector, I guess. Apparently, that's what they say.
Or if it comes with a slip, it's damaged.
That sometimes happens too. But like, for example, I just got this in the mail too. We're going to be talking about it on this episode. But I got the 4K edition of Big Lebowski, but no slipcover.
This one? Oh,
exactly.
No slipcover for me either. Yeah, stupid. Nate, he only has the slipcover. Yes.
Next time you're down, I'll give you my Blu-ray copy. You can have that.
So I did get a movie.
It could be a 4K purchase.
This might be a future watch.
Or ever get a TV.
A future. It's not a first time watch, but maybe a revisit. Vince Vaughn.
Dodgeball.
Oh, Cell Block in '99.
Yes. No slipcover though, per usual. But yeah, this needs a revisit. When I really just want to feel down in the dumps and watch somebody get their skull crushed in. Cell Block 99 is there for me. So. Yeah.
Just when I think about that movie, I just think Vince Vaughn is the most untouchable badass, and it's just terrifying to think about.
Also, Jennifer Carpenter's in this. Dexter. I forgot about that. She's in this movie.
She's in the beginning.
There it is. Brawl in Cell Block 99. I thought it was Cell Block 99.
Yeah, the title's
wait, I do have that one. Oh, no.
Oh, I actually just rewatched this like in the last 6 months, and it held up. Like, I had such a great time with it again. So
Nate, you have a 4K TV now, no?
That's the only thing he doesn't have.
Oh, because I thought you okay. Well, have you bought any 4K Blu-rays though?
I've purchased one, and then Spencer gave me one.
Okay. All right. Well, down the line, it's well worth it. I have an extra one, honestly, just sitting here if you want it.
Yeah.
Is it Willy Wonka? I'll take that one.
No, the TV.
You have an extra 4K TV?
I thought you meant 4K.
Have a look. Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Congratulations. In my bedroom.
Do you want to just hop into the first segment, which we're just going to be kind of reacting to the Golden Globes?
Let's do it.
Yes.
This is movie news.
News.
Thanks, Peter. And he's live every week, just so you guys know. He's doing that live. Right, Peter? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Bye. All right. Yeah, so
live in the booth.
The Golden Globes were announced this morning. I don't know. Well, clearly you guys don't even know what was nominated because I asked you before recording.
No idea.
You guys said that you didn't even see it yet. I listened to it live as I was taking a shower before work and was quite surprised by some of the nominees. I'm not going to lie. So this year they opened up the voting body to a lot of international voters. So it was kind of rumored that we were going to have some kind of different type of nominations for the Golden Globes because they've been a joke for the last 10 years, or maybe even, I don't know. They used to be serious, or I don't know. They kind of were taken seriously up until the last like 10 years, I would say. Now they're just like, you get drunk, Ricky Gervais makes fun of all the celebrities, and it's just kind of...
Or they have Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, and it's just like, what are we doing anymore?
Yeah, and like
one year... Ricky Gervais make fun of people.
And 1 year they didn't even like give out any Golden Globes, or they just they just mailed them to the winners. They didn't have a show, so it was just been kind of a disaster. So this has kind of been like the redemption year. So that's why I was kind of paying attention to what was going to be for the nominations this year. So let's take a look here. I'm actually going to go towards the bottom because it's like the big nominations right here.
It's in no way representative of what the Oscars will turn out to be, from my experience. Oh wow, interesting Barbie poster.
So Barbie gets 3 nominations in original song already right out of the gate, which is insane.
I'm just kidding. That one's gonna win,
obviously. Dude. There's a lot of good songs this year. I'm kind of I'm trying to think of some other ones that aren't listed.
Well, you have Jack Black, who might get his first Oscar nomination this year. If Peaches gets an Oscar nomination, that is Jack Black's first Oscar nomination. So if that, I'm rooting for that, funny, at least. Bro. I think it might happen. But it looks like Billie Eilish and Dua Lipa, they're going to get their Oscar nominations.
It's What Was I Made For? I mean, that's the one that would
probably going to win. Yeah. But it's a strong start for Barbie right out of the gate. And then original score. The Zone of Interest is the biggest thing. That's an international pick, and that gets in for score. But the rest are pretty I listened, besides Boy in the Heron, because I haven't seen it, and Poor Things, I listened to Killers, Oppenheimer, and Cross the Spider-Verse the minute I left the theater. I was listening to those scores, essentially.
Boy in the Heron did have a really good score. I did see the movie. I was wondering which one was missing from our rundown this week. I guess it is that one, but we already agreed we're not going to talk about that movie because I was the only one that saw it.
We can have a proper discussion on it.
Yeah, it's a wasted review if it's just me. So, yes.
Screenplay. I mean, these are all kind of predictable. Anatomy of Fall has kind of shown itself as be like a kind of a huge front runner for even the Oscars in terms of Best Picture, some of the big 5. So this is one to keep an eye out for sure. Is Anatomy of a Fall, and then you just have the rest of these. Pretty stereotypical for screenplay. Director, I mean, Bradley Cooper, Celine Song for Past Lives, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Greta Gerwig for Barbie, Scorsese for Killers, and Yorgos for Poor Things.
Dude, if fucking Christopher Nolan could finally get a win,
that would be
awesome. Come on, man. What are we doing?
I think it would be. Yeah, honestly, like when it said, I think this would be the year. I mean, Oppenheimer was a fucking incredible movie. And the rest of these are all great movies. And Scorsese always gets nominated and never wins.
He's definitely won. No,
he's won before. Yeah, okay, for sure. He's won 1 Oscar for Best Director, I think. Maybe
wow.
2. Yeah, for The Departed. So it's been since then. But
The Departed,
Best Motion Picture. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see Poor Things, and I guess Maestro too. But Past Lives. It's gone down my list. It's still in my top 10, but I mean, I don't know if it deserves Best Picture. It's up there.
Supporting actor from a male. Any shocks here? No, not at all. I think these are all very predictable. And you might two people are gonna be missing here. Or one person's gonna be missing.
I know we probably disagree, but I don't think Charles Melton should even have been in the conversation.
We'll have to talk about it later, but I think he's gonna win. So it's going to be very interesting to see who is going to be snubbed, I guess, for the Oscars, because you're looking at 5 right now of who's going to be in, but one person's not going to be in. So
true.
I think it might be De Niro, to be honest, even though he was incredible.
He's barely in the movie, but I understand he was.
Yeah, but
really
he's
good.
great.
He is.
He's terrifying.
Yeah. Female actor in a supporting role. I mean, for me, I was happy that Jodie Foster got in for Nyad, and Nate and I were kind of rooting for that in a couple episodes back. We'll talk about May, December later on, but Julianne Moore got in, and I'm happy that Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers is in. I think she's a lock for a nomination. So,
Rosamund Pike and Saltburn, that was a healthy performance for her as well.
I haven't seen it yet, and I haven't seen Color Purple, but. Yeah,
heard a lot of good things about Color Purple. Maybe I need to see.
I'm surprised they haven't a remake get a nomination.
So for Best Performance by Male in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy, the 2 main surprises for me is Joaquin Phoenix for Beau is Afraid. That would never happen in Golden Globes.
Nicolas Cage
and Nicolas Cage for Dream Scenario, which I really want to see, but there's only 1 showtime and it's at 3:30 p.m., which I'm just never available for. So I'm struggling to see it, but it does come on VOD in 2 weeks. So I might have to watch it then, but I am so excited to watch Dream Scenario for the rest of the year. I mean, that's one that I've been kind of hyping up for a while.
What about Leo? No Leo and Killers of the Flower Moon?
Well, that's not a musical or comedy. So
well,
yeah. I definitely need to see American Fiction.
Oscars.
I hear
Yeah.
it's great. Yeah, and then we have Timothée Chalamet for Wonka. But
I mean,
the biggest surprise for me
Joaquin
is
and
Phoenix.
Nicolas Cage, they will not be at the Oscars. I'll tell you right now. There's no,
don't
They
think
already
so.
have their
I would-
Oscars, so
Well, keep in
Yeah.
mind that, I mean, there's still going to be best male actor in a drama. So
yeah, those ones are gonna be more telling, I think.
female actor in a motion picture comedy musical. The biggest surprise, or not surprise, I was happy to see it, is Jennifer Lawrence for No Hard Feelings. I mean, obviously they want Jennifer Lawrence there at the show.
I mean,
that's,
musical comedy. That's
and
one of the few comedies.
She
this
was
year
so funny in that movie. That's one of my favorite comedies of the year. I had a great time with it. So happy to see her get nominated there. The rest were kind of typical, but Fallen Leaves, which is a movie that takes place in Finland. It's them walking around Helsinki in Finland, and it got like 3 nominations. So Fallen Leaves might be one to kind of watch out for.
I'm a big Leaves guy.
Male actor in a drama. Andrew Scott, All of Us Strangers. Barry Keoghan for Saltburn, which I was kind of surprised by. Bradley Cooper, Maestro. Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. Coleman Domingo for Rustin, and Leo for Killers. You guys haven't seen Rustin, right? This is the Netflix
I've
movie.
never even
I've
heard of
almost
it.
picked it a couple of times.
Okay. It's from the director of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It's the movie. He is the reason to watch the movie. The movie kind of feels like a TV movie, but he is incredible. So I was kind of happy to see him get some love there. And this is one that I'll be watching in a couple weeks. All of Us Strangers, which I hear is really good. But
Barry Keoghan, man. Once you see Saltburn, I think you'll understand. I mean, that was a insane performance. Like, he did some crazy shit in that movie. So I don't know. I know you're a fan of the actor.
I love the actor. I think he picks really interesting roles, and he's in a lot of like movies to watch out for. So I think he is. I don't know. He's great.
He plays a very disturbing character. I think it's deserving.
So best performance by a female actor in a motion picture drama, John. There she is. Kaylee Spaney for Priscilla.
Finally, thank God, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. At the very least, she got a Golden Globe nomination. I'll take that all day long.
You got Annette Bening in here for Naiad. You have Carey Mulligan for Maestro, Greta Lee for Past Lives, Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall, which, I mean, is another nomination here. And she's probably going to get nominated for the movie at the Oscars for lead. So that's definitely one to watch when it comes out.
Who do you see in this category possibly running the course? You know, making
Hold
it
on,
to the Oscars.
Before I answer that, I heard a kind of a groan from Nate. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, what?
I don't know. I heard like a. I don't like a.
Oh no.
No.
No,
Okay.
no, not at all.
Well, maybe in the playback. I just thought maybe you had some opinions on Anatomy of a Fall that you just were like, I don't know, like against it or something. That's what it sounded like when I said.
No, I was just like, if I made a noise, it was just like a okay.
Cool. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I just was like, oh, what was that? Motion picture, non-English language, Past Lives, because it's more than 50% in Korean. So it qualifies.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That could be a runaway then.
Cool.
Honestly, that could be a runaway for the win.
So yeah, you have Anatomy of Fall, you have Fallen Leaves, and then Society of a Snow, which I hear is great. It's J.A. Boyena. He did Monster Calls, and he did one of the Jurassic World movies. He's done some other stuff, but this is going to be on Netflix by the end of the month, I think. But I hear it's good.
Okay.
Really intense. In the Zone of Interest, which is probably going to get a Best Picture nomination, and director. Yeah. It's from the director of Under the Skin, Jonathan Glazer. He hasn't made a movie since.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Here it's really good. So I'll be watching this with Anatomy of Fall in hopefully 2 weeks. So I'll be checking that one out soon.
I want to see all of those.
So here's a controversial.
What the fuck?
Category.
Hold on.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on.
What category is this? Is this Best Picture?
This is a brand new category.
Oh.
This has some controversy.
Is this like fan
online.
favorite or something stupid?
That's kind of. This is cinematic and box office achievement.
Oh, for the love of God.
Fucking word. It's going to be freaking Taylor Swift.
Here, okay. Listen.
I hope it is. I hope it is. She fucking self-produced it. So, like, I hope it is her.
This is warranted. There's so many movies that don't get their recognition just for people loving them. They will never get recognized at the Oscars. I mean, come on. Just throw it in there. You might as well. I think this is long overdue. It really is.
So, like, Barbie, Super Mario Brothers.
Taylor wins this.
those both made $1 billion. Oppenheimer is like 909, like it's like 9.9. It's so close to fucking hitting $1 billion. It's so
Actually,
close.
Barbie wins this.
And
After rethinking
obviously
that.
John Wick and Guardians and Taylor Swift movie, they all performed well. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning didn't do too well in the box office. I mean, they wanted way more in return for that
Cinematic
movie.
and box
I mean,
office
yeah,
achievement.
it's a cinematic achievement for sure. Absolutely. Like the practical stunts and like the set pieces are incredible. But the movie only profited because of a tax write-off. They found some loophole and were able to profit because of that later on. So it's interesting. I don't know. It's a weird choice.
I'm
Okay
okay with
cinematic
that.
achievement
Yeah.
for sure. That definitely belongs. So I'm curious to know like what wins, because that's might kind of set the tone for this category. If it's just box office, yeah, Barbie wins for sure.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, Barbie had the most money. Okay, give it to her. Like, what's the point of even having the category to begin with?
So now we're up to animated. We have Boy and the Heron, Elemental, Across the Spider-Verse, Suzumi, anime film, the Super
Suzami.
Mario Bros. And Wish. So
That goes to either Boy and the Heron or Spider-Man.
I think it's a lock for Across the Spider-Verse, but Boy and the Heron is interesting. It's one to watch out for.
Yeah.
Yep. And we'll talk about it in a couple of weeks, hopefully.
Lots of birds in that movie.
Motion picture, comedy, musical. Why is May December in here? We'll talk about it later. It's not a comedy.
It's so funny. It's hilarious. I was
There's a
laughing
joke
the whole
about hot
time.
dogs. We'll talk about it later. It's that's bizarre to me.
Like the first scene of the movie. Yeah.
But I mean, if you're going purely off of this category, Barbie wins for me. But, I mean, I'd give it to The Holdovers. It's a better movie, but for comedy, it's Barbie.
Yeah, but again, that's just
think
it's such
Barbie
a
tries
that
too
word
hard,
doesn't
though,
mean
to be
anything.
funny.
It just
Maybe.
means it wasn't a drama, which May December was a drama. So
But they left off supposedly a big movie that might get some Oscar nominations. Is The Color Purple remake, and it's a musical, but you just have kind of.
I thought you were implying that it was
non-musical
funny.
picks here. No, I don't know. I mean, I don't think May December is
Non-comedies,
funny.
too.
I'm wondering if Poor Things is really like funny. I do really want to see American Fiction. I hear it's incredible, so I'll check that one out soon. But I mean, Air was great, so I'm happy to see that. And The Holdovers, I mean, I love it. So I would give it to this, I guess. But for comedy, for the category, I'd go Barbie.
What's the actor's name in American Fiction? That
Jeffrey Wright, who was great. He might get his first Oscar nomination with this.
He's amazing in Westworld. That's like
He's
one of the
always
really
been-
big things about like
I
the high
I
points of
love
Westworld.
Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon. Like I loved Gary Oldman, but like Jeffrey Wright had this like charisma, or this like swagger with him. Like I just loved it. He was awesome. But like he's nominated here, so. All right, so now we got drama, the last category: Anatomy of a Fall, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Zone of Interest. So you have 2 foreign films.
Is Maestro a
Best Picture in the
Netflix
Golden
movie?
Globes.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it comes out December 20th. You'll probably be able to see it in theaters this week if you wanted to, John, but it is going to be on Netflix next Wednesday.
It's probably going to be a Netflix for me. Very busy this coming week, but yeah, I'm looking forward to anything with Bradley Cooper, man. All about it.
Yeah.
So.
So out of all of these movies, there's still a whole bunch that we have to see. Nate, what is one movie that you are most looking forward to checking off the watch list out of these nominees? Let's just go with
There's
picture.
a ton. With Best Picture, the top one.
Which are just like these 2 rows. Comedy, musical, and
Oh,
drama.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I would want to see right now, like if I was given a ticket and you could see any of them,
Barbie.
I would probably do Zone of Interest.
You'd go with the
It
Zone of
interests
Interest.
me.
Interesting.
It interests me.
That's interesting.
John, do you know what this
Interesting
movie's
choice.
about?
Does it have Scarlett Johansson as a potential non-human?
Nate, do you know what this movie's about?
I believe so.
Does that answer
Okay.
your question?
Well, John, no, you're wrong.
Okay.
The less you know, I think the better it is. So I just leave it at that. Okay, so Zone of Interest. That is the one that you have the most interest in. John, what is your pick? Which movie are you most looking forward to checking off the watch
Honestly,
list?
I want to see Jeffrey Wright. American Fiction. I had no idea this was a movie until right now. So just
That's not
knowing
true.
I didn't know. What do you mean I didn't know?
You had a screening for this movie 2 weeks ago on a Wednesday, and you just I don't think you wanted to go.
I don't remember getting that screening. I get so many screenings, all the production companies are always sending them to me that I just can't go to all of them. So
No, I just get them for you and email them
right,
to you. And you just
right.
choose to only go to Saltburn.
You don't have to tell them the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is a
American
cinematic
Fiction.
stick of dynamite, as I said.
Okay, fair enough. That is what I am most looking forward to watching. That is my pick, but to be different, I will go Poor Things. I'm very much looking forward to
Emma
finally
Stone, can't go
checking this off.
wrong.
Yeah.
Looks like it's gonna be fucking crazy.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
But yeah, interesting nominees. It's curious. It's weird to see 2 foreign films in like the Best Picture categories because that usually doesn't happen for Golden Globes, and the cinematic and box office achievement category is very bizarre to me. And you have 6 nominees in every category instead of 5.
It's like it's turning into the Kids' Choice Awards or something, where it's like best TV kiss, best, I don't know, best love story or something stupid like that. Like that's the Golden Globes at this rate. It's great.
Yeah, but yeah, if you guys want to take a look at the TV section, go ahead and do that on your own time. But because we're those movie dudes, so yeah.
We did talk about we had a TV talk episode one time, I think, and then we never did it again.
Right. But there were some fun nominations in the TV category. But
yeah,
want to just do some new releases here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, fair enough.
Like that Fortnite emote with the rainbow, but it's a slinky instead, and gravity's weighing it down, so it doesn't actually look like a rainbow. I'm so glad I bought a slinky.
Yeah, you seem to love it.
It's come in handy. It really has. It sits on my desk and okay. Yeah, so new releases, everybody. We got some good ones this week. Good ones to talk about. And we're not even talking about all of them. There were so many movies. Godzilla, Boy and the Heron, May December, Family Switch with Jennifer Gardner and Emma Myers. We're not going to talk about it. Eileen came out with Anne Hathaway.
Behind on Netflix.
So many things, guys. So many things. But we are going to start it off here with Godzilla -1. Godzilla. What is the -1? What are we minusing from Godzilla? Minusing what? I think is that just the American translation where it doesn't make sense, or like
half of Tokyo?
Godzilla no Kong.
I don't. It doesn't make sense to me.
+1. It's just him and Kong, but like the Japanese.
Probably some sort of translation thing.
He's just really good at math. Like I don't. Is there a scene that I missed where he's just like doing like pre-calc or like long division? Like, oh, okay, I get it now. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not that.
This is one of those movies that kind of just popped out of nowhere. It just like a week before it came out, it was like, oh, Godzilla -1, a Japanese Godzilla movie. There hasn't been one since like 2017 with a movie called Shin Godzilla, which I've never seen, but I hear good things about. And I haven't seen like I haven't seen really any Godzilla movies besides the American movies, like the Roland Emmerich one, the Gareth Edwards, and then Gods and Monsters, Godzilla and Kong. So I don't think I've seen any like Japanese Godzilla movies. So this was my first Japanese authentic Godzilla movie, and seeing it or having the opportunity to go and seeing it in IMAX was just really, really cool. So like a bunch of my friends went out and went and saw this movie, and it was a big surprise, and I was really happy to know that you guys also seeked it out and watched it, because I didn't know if you guys were going to do that. But yeah, you were talking about
once I heard the positive word of mouth, once I heard that it was, because when you pitched it, I was like, oh, is this like an old movie that's getting an IMAX re-release? No, this is like a brand new Godzilla movie that actually makes you care about the characters, and that's like the main problem with every monster movie, like Pacific Rim and like actually Cloverfield, I feel like is an example of one that does make you care, but you don't really see the monster as much, so it's more of a focus, whatever. But this one, like genuinely, it's the most grounded, if you can say that, Godzilla movie that I've ever seen. Like this takes place in in a real time, almost like it makes sense with Godzilla somehow.
Yeah, it's post-war Japan. It's right after World War II. It follows a kamikaze pilot who was too scared to do it, and he kind of goes back to his village and meets a woman that's caring for a baby that's not hers, but they kind of agree to take care of it together. And you really do care about the characters because they're
A lot.
strong characters, and then when Godzilla shows up, you really like you don't want him to hurt them, but you never know. This Godzilla is ruthless, and it was so much fun to finally see Godzilla just be who he's like hyped up to be. Because the new remake movies, like you have Godzilla and like Rebecca Hall with like a fucking like telepathic love connection. It's like what the fuck is happening with these stupid movies here?
It was Kong and Rebecca Hall.
Whatever.
Oh,
But it's just so dumb. But like here, it is like you said, it's grounded. You care about the characters, and the movie's made on like a $10 million budget, and it looks this good.
You know what's crazy? You
It's
could watch
embarrassing.
this movie back to back with Oppenheimer, and it would make sense because there's a scene like the scene when he comes back after the war is after the Tokyo bombings, and that's what happened before they dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. Like they did fire bombings in Tokyo. So like you could quite literally make sense of these two movies back to back in a double feature. It's just I just love how grounded in history it is. Like movies that do that. The 2014 Godzilla movie tried to do that, and like I really liked it. But if I went back and watched it now after having seen this one, I feel like it would knock it down a whole star.
But yeah, Nate, what'd you think of this little Godzilla feature here?
Well, since watching this one, it's put me on like a Godzilla binge. So I watched King of Monsters yesterday. I watched Godzilla versus Kong before this.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Shin Godzilla next, and then probably start with the original Toho's.
Godzilla with Matthew Broderick.
I've heard I could pass on that one.
What?
Yeah, you
That's
definitely
crazy.
can. No, you definitely
And
can.
it's like a 4-footed Godzilla. That's like, ugh.
He's a little guy.
Yeah, but no, this movie was awesome. I needed to kill a few hours before I went to my live wrestling show, and I was like, "Oh, perfect! There's Shin Godzilla at 1:15," and I watched it, and I had a blast.
You saw Shin Godzilla.
Godzilla -2.
Sorry,
-1. Sorry.
This one, whatever. The one we're talking about. Yes, and it was packed in the theater.
Nice.
Like a lot of people went to see it, and people would cheer and whatnot. But the thing that's different, like you kind of hinted at it, Spence, was like this Godzilla is the villain. Like it is the ultimate doom. Where in the American ones, it's like, oh, he's our savior and he's gonna balance out the earth. I kind of like just going from happy to no, let's kill this thing. Let's do what we can and make it feel real. And the way they strategize, and it goes from a military mission to a like a civilian private thing that they have to do and pull it off. It's the way they do it's incredible.
And
it made my eyes water.
Oh yeah, I mean it is an emotional movie at times,
especially in the end.
I loved the whole sequences with them out on the boat, like collecting mines on like the wooden boat, and that whole like camaraderie with those workers. I just loved that whole sequence, and also with Godzilla coming up and just following them in the water. Like that scene was just awesome. And then you obviously have the third act too, while taking place in the ocean. It just was so much fun while also being like an emotionally grounded film. And like the opening of the guy landing on that island.
Holy shit.
And you're first introduced to Godzilla. It's like, oh, we're in for something completely different than what we're used to here. And this is sweet. It was like the movie kind of reminded me of like there's like some nods of like Jurassic Park, Jaws, heavily on Jaws, and then just the classic Japanese Godzilla films. So it's just really, really cool.
Yeah, there's such like a myriad of emotions with this movie. Like just going from the historical elements to like you're so conflicted with this guy because of just how people are coming at him based on his decision in the beginning of the movie and throughout it. And you're like, oh, like should I actually be against him? And then you're very like conflicted, and like I feel like you almost forget about Godzilla being in this movie for like the whole second half of the first act, because like you get introduced to him right away, and then he's gone, and you're dealing with all this other stuff in Tokyo, and all like the fires and the destruction and the death, and it just turns into a whole new movie in the third act, like
Oh yeah,
beyond what I could have expected. Like it was full on like what you think of as like the old Godzilla destroying like Lego sets, like almost like
oh
just,
yeah, it totally
just
felt like that.
he was
Mhm.
so destructive, and like there was just nothing you could do. And he can regenerate. It's fucking crazy. Like
Oh yeah.
maybe I don't know if that's a spoiler, maybe that's a common thing with older Godzilla movies, but like when that happened, I was like, oh, we're fucked. Like it's over. Like he shouldn't be able to do that. It's insane. It's fucking crazy.
The way some of the shots, though, like when he's in the plane in that third act, just it felt like a classic like samurai type story. He has to avenge and complete his story, and he'll do whatever he has to do it. But then the fact that he's got this little girl and this, not his wife, but basically his wife, it's just, it makes you wonder what's gonna happen, because at one point I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know what direction this is gonna go in, but I'm just gonna sit along for the ride.
That whole scene was
And
so reminiscent of a Dark Knight Rises, when it's like, oh, does the autopilot work? I don't
haven't
know.
seen it.
Does it? You haven't seen The Dark Knight Rises?
Nope.
Spencer knows what I'm talking about.
I know
It's
what
like,
you're talking
oh,
about.
does it
Yeah.
work? That was cool. Well, you should probably watch that movie, Nate. God damn.
Nah, it's been a long time. Like I saw Dylan watch it once, but
Okay.
I gotta say though, like one of my
Either
favorite
way.
parts of this movie was, I didn't expect it to be my favorite part either, but it was when the first reveal of Godzilla in the ocean, like kind of midway through, but it's just like the first drop of the theme song, the classic Godzilla theme song. It was
Yeah.
so iconic and so badass. Like everyone cheered in the IMAX at that moment, and like I was just like, "Oh shit, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go, fuck him up, Godzilla." And then I was like, "Oh wait, no, I care about these characters. Don't do it."
We care.
But yeah,
step on him.
But yeah, like the sound design, the cinematography, the performances. Like I did laugh at times, but it's probably due to just like the culture as well. But like when he was just like begging everybody towards the third act, like, and he was just slamming his head on the table like every time, and like he was just like having dinner, they're having their ramen soup, and he just slams his head so hard that the soup goes everywhere, and he's like, "Please, like, let me do it!" Like, and it was just like I couldn't help but just like laugh out loud. And, yeah, it was pretty funny.
That's the one part of the movie that dragged it down for me a little bit, is like I think it's just like how, I don't know, how they think people would act in that situation, maybe for Japanese filmmakers. I don't know. It's just because it feels like a trend with
I think
foreign
it's
films like
culture.
that. It's the culture where it's just like almost overacting, and that's something that has bothered me in some movies, but it didn't bother me that much. But it was a little bit distracting with his character.
With like the situation they're in, though, like
I guess it's warranted. Yeah, there's a giant monster murdering everybody. Like
And he felt
I
so
can
guilty.
understand.
I mean, he for obvious reasons. I mean, he
Yeah,
chickened out in many different ways. So, I mean, he did have a huge
and that's the
arc
whole
that he
culture
needed
thing.
to go through.
yeah.
Yeah,
For
because
sure.
like I was watching it and I was kind of thinking as it was going, I'm like, I wonder what the Japanese audience would be thinking if they
Right,
would be
yeah.
on his side no matter what,
Well, like
or
the
if
neighbor.
they are kind of rooting for Godzilla because this guy was kind of a traitor.
And like
in
when he
their
first
sense.
got home, the neighbor like slapped him in the face. It was like,
Yeah.
"You coward!
Yep.
Like, why are you back? You should not be here. Like, you are a disgrace." And like I would be like, "Oh, okay, yeah." I mean, oh, it's
I'd
different.
like to think the culture has evolved
Yeah.
since then, since the 40s. Like because
Yeah.
when soldiers came back from Vietnam and in the U.S., like they got spit on at the airport and stuff for, I guess, being a failing. I don't know, but I'd like to
No,
think
it's because
people
they
have,
were fighting a war they didn't need to be.
yeah, because that's their fault for being drafted to go to Vietnam. But anyways, that's a whole other argument. But
I was just checking out to see what the Rotten Tomatoes score was, but I think it's pretty high. But this was the #1 movie the weekend it came out. It was only going to be in theaters for 1 week, and it got extended to, through this week. So I think this coming weekend is the last time you're going to be able to see it in theaters, and then it'll hopefully come out on physical media. Okay, so it has a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, certified fresh, 90% audience score. People love this movie, and I think if you go and see it, take anybody that, even if they haven't seen a Godzilla movie, I think you can latch onto the characters and actually still care about the story and have a good time. And I mean, everyone's heard of Godzilla, and so this would be probably the one to show, I think. So I am also biased because I haven't seen any of the other ones, but I loved this movie. Had such a great time. I'd easily buy this on 4K if it hopefully comes out on 4K. I hope there's a sequel. The director wants to do one. So let's just keep making these quality Godzilla movies. I am all for it. So I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. This is one of my favorites of the year so far. So big praise from Ducky. John.
Yeah. This came
What
out of
about you?
nowhere. Did not expect it. I'm right there with you. I was taken back by how much I enjoyed this movie, from the soundtrack to just the destructive scenes to mainly just the characters. Like, I really, really cared about these people. I love the kind of historical elements that they weave in and make you feel like this is real in the theater. So yeah, I match your 4.5 out of 5. I thought it was great. It's my number 2 right now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's up there.
Damn.
Nate, what'd you give this creature feature?
So now I feel kind of crappy. I only gave it a 4 out of 5. Not for really any particular reason. I think it was just the way I was feeling after I watched it. I didn't feel blown away, but I had such a good time because it was just, it's what you want to see. You want to see Godzilla destroying cities, and you want to see people trying to stop him.
All these ratings are just
all the heart.
anyways.
And I threw my hands in the air at one point towards the end. I was like, yeah, I'm so pumped that this is happening. But I remember just walking in, and the guy checking the ticket said, "Oh, you're going to like this. I saw it last night." And he was like in his 60s.
Cool.
He's like, yeah, I watched it yesterday. It's fantastic. So I was like, all right.
What if you hated it? Just went out and like, punched him in the face after. That movie fucking sucked.
I do love. It's my favorite poster of the year, though. If they gave out Oscar for best poster on Letterboxd, it would be this one.
Wait, what's so special about it?
Which poster though? Is it this one you're talking about?
That one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
There's one poster that they were giving out at the IMAX. It was this one. They were giving out this one at the this is the one, IMAX.
I don't like that it says IMAX right in the middle.
Yeah, but it was cool. Okay. I like the shot of this. This was cool. If that was the IMAX was gone, I think that's
really he's very menacing. I don't love the one thing I don't love about Godzilla that makes me like think he's a little too overpowered is the whole like he can shoot like plasma out of his mouth. Like, he's already so strong. Why does he need to do that? It looks cool, but like, why?
It's because he was created from radiation, so it's like an atomic breath that he just...
Was he? I thought he was prehistoric.
Fuck up and enjoy Godzilla.
I did. I'm just like, why? Okay. Why can he do that?
Don't question Godzilla.
That seems totally unfair.
Let him level an entire.
You just hear everything start to shake. It's like,
he can. He just doesn't need the whole plasma cannon thing. He's not Blastoise. Like, relax.
4.2 on Letterboxd. Holy shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
People love it. Yep.
What did that guy with the hat give it on the bottom right?
It says that he wants to see it. It's in his watch.
Oh
list.
My god! Then who gives a shit? Go to the movie theater and see it.
Okay, fair enough. You guys want to move on to the 4-time Golden Globe nominee, May December?
Oh my god, May December. 2 pretty solid months of the year. May being my favorite because that's my birth month. December, we get Christmas presents.
So I'll introduce this one because I kind of told you guys about it and we all watched it. This is a movie that premiered at the Cannes Film Festival back in May. It didn't have any distribution. It was seeking distribution. Netflix bought it for like $20 million. It got some rave reviews. It's from director Todd Haynes. If you haven't seen any of his films, he did Carol, did a movie called Dark Waters, which came out recently. He did a movie with Julianne Moore called Safe, which I know Nate has seen. some other stuff, but I mean, he's mainly acclaimed for Carol, I would say. But he is back with May December. It's with Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore, Charles Melton, and it's kind of a controversial plot. 20 years after their notorious tabloid romance gripped the nation, a married couple buckles under the pressure when an actress arrives to do research for a film about their past. That is very vague.
Super vague.
That is vague.
That is not what the movie is. I mean, it is, but it's not.
It is what the movie is, but yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
But what I had heard from like the Cannes Film Festival, the reactions was that there was really good performances. It's a very like kind of like edgy material, subject matter, controversial subject matter, like story and stuff, and that the movie is kind of campy and soap opera-y and kind of just very different than what you'd maybe expected to be. Like there's an overbearing score. The performances are super like weird. Like Julianne Moore is doing an over-the-top lisp. That's kind of hilarious. So like I kind of knew that going into it, so I was able to kind of sit back and watch it from knowing that. But when I was watching it, in the back of my mind, knowing that you guys are probably going to watch it, I was like, oh fuck, they are not going to like this. So
Wow.
I'll get into John's thoughts here first. What did you think of May December?
Yeah, I didn't know what I was getting into other than the months of the year.
Exactly. That's how you go into every movie, it seems like, because football's your life at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, but also I like
Which is
going into
fun.
movies
I love it.
completely blind. Like,
Yeah, it's great.
It's funny. It's fun to go from watching football 6 days a week to being like, oh yeah, all right, let me watch all these new release movies. I watched fucking like 5 of them this past week. Like,
Hell yeah.
it is what it is. I love Natalie Portman. I feel like you see her for like few and far between in films, and then Julianne Moore, I'm a little bit iffy on. I don't know what it is. I think she does weird movies. This being one of them. This plot is fucking crazy. Like it's so like grimy and it makes you uncomfortable at times. I think just as the movie goes on and you get closer to Charles Melton's character, it's just like, oh, it makes you feel like suffocated to be around him because he feels so stuck in the situation. Like, I don't know. I thought it was a crazy film. Really good performances. I want to know what Nate thought because maybe I feel like I'm too hyped on this movie. And it might also have to do with like it's getting a lot of praise and award recognition. It's probably mainly to the performances, but I thought it was good.
I'm kind of right there with you. I liked it, but I'm iffy. But yeah, Nate, what did you think of this May December?
Okay, so the first thing I'll say is it felt like a Lifetime movie. It had this like sheen over it, almost like it felt like a dream, but not a dream that I wanted to be in. The only good things that I liked about it was the 2 female lead performances. Like they were pretty good for what they were trying to do, but I just didn't care. I didn't care at all. I don't know. I don't even have really a whole lot to say about it. The Charles, whatever that Melton guy, he just, if you look at his picture, that's his face and demeanor the entire time.
He does have a
He's like
resting Charles Melton face. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like
if you molded a he looks like if you molded a piece of clay and then you just left it out in the sun and it just turned rock hard.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. I was gonna say like ceramic glass,
exactly what you're saying,
like
but that's
bowl
so
or
mean.
something.
And no matter how hard you try to mold it and make it work and whatnot, it's just the same stuck face. And the one time I will say that they really tried with his character was when he's on the roof with his kid. But even then, it was like, oh, he's going from one extreme to the other, and it just didn't feel believable.
Yeah,
that's an arguably pretty good jawline.
Oh, I mean,
like an oversized chin.
Throw in the
kind of diamond with it.
They throw
looks like the crimson chin.
They throw in the kids just for extra parts of the plot, and I'm like, I don't care. If you guys want to have sex and break the law, go for it. I really don't care.
Yeah.
It was just I felt no emotion for any of these people. I didn't feel bad for them. Natalie Portman, I thought was pretty despicable. It was just
she's
yeah,
going full method acting in this movie. Like
I enjoyed the satire behind it all because I mean, like, it is just making fun of method actors and just like how far they go and how meaningless it all fucking is. It's all just pretentious bullshit. And I found the comedy there, not so much anything else, but I did find the whole character of Joe and Charles Melton's performance. I thought he was incredible. And I do think he will get an Oscar nomination. He's very, very good in this. And there was, I think, like 3 moments where he is just delivering just like some exceptional work. One in particular that really stands out is when he is standing behind the fence watching his son graduate, who is like 13 years younger, and he is sobbing because he doesn't get to have the life that his son hopefully gets to go and have. He was a victim, and he never saw it that way until this actress came in and just turned his world upside down, and it kind of like brought him out of this bubble. And just watching kind of his character progression go from that, I thought was just brilliant. So that's why I really do enjoy, or did really love, his performance. Julianne Moore kind of just frustrated me with her stupid lisp, and her character was so freaking annoying, just like with the baking, and that like when someone canceled an order, she would just throw a hissy fit, and obviously he had to go and console her and just try doing his, I don't know, I felt so bad for him.
So suffocated by her, like, and like he never got a chance to grow up and be a human being. Like you're just stuck in there with him in this kind of this hellscape that he's a part of. Like, and the scene where like he finally he confronts her and is like,
that's another
hey,
one. Yeah.
Like, do you think that maybe like I was a victim or whatever? He said something like that, and she just wasn't having it. I was like, you bitch.
She's like, no, like, yeah, you came on to me, or like, you
right. I was like,
me.
Oh my god, you need to
my
be
heart
in prison
sank
right now. Like,
yeah,
again,
it was just like, what a fucking manipulative bitch. Oh my god, yeah. It's same with Natalie Portman. I mean, she's no better. I mean, she's just such a
she's a little better,
invasive, but she's so invasive and just so like she doesn't care about them whatsoever. She's just trying to do what she needs to do with her performance, and that's why I thought the final scene of like basically them on set trying to film a scene, it was so funny because she couldn't get it right, and just demanded perfection, but like just wasn't going to nail it, and it was going to be horrible, and it just was all meaningless. So I found some humor in that last scene, but it's a challenging movie for sure. I don't think, Nate, you're in the wrong whatsoever for being like, no, this is just ridiculous. And Lifetime, I mean, fuck, this is just like, I'm not for this. Totally can see why. And I'm sure many other people have that same kind of thoughts with this. It's just a strange and weird movie to go through. But I think there is some stuff behind it, like the layers there is some intriguing stuff here, I think. But yeah, it's weird.
What would you give it then, Ducky? That seemed like a final.
I gave it a 3.5 because I appreciated a lot about it more than I enjoyed sitting there and watching it. I would watch it again, but it's just I don't know. I am conflicted on it, but I did really appreciate a lot about it, mainly the performances. So yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty close with you guys. I think I'm maybe a little bit higher than Spencer, and then Nate might be
Higher.
definitely.
You went higher than a 3.5 for this?
I did. Yeah. I was pretty taken back with this movie. Like I was glued to the screen. I wanted them to peel back more layers. I wanted to know more about the kids and how like fucked up they were in this situation.
They were fucked up. Yeah.
They were very fucked up. If you really like put yourselves in the shoes of these people who were victimized, like those kids, their lives might be better than their fathers, but their lives are never going to be what they should be as a child. Like, because people are going to know if this movie comes out, like these kids are going to have to answer questions for the rest of their lives. Like it just made for a very, I don't know, a crazy layered story from multiple different perspectives. Like it was pretty wild. So, and again, a movie I didn't know anything about going in. So I hesitate to say I enjoyed it, but I did. Like I had a good time with it. And I was pretty fascinated by the crazy story that they made. So I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Nate, what did you end up giving this film?
I gave it a 2.5 out of 5.
Oh,
Damn.
okay. I thought you'd go
But
lower.
that's
To be
only
honest.
because that's only because Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman are fantastic actresses, and they deserve the praise. But they're the only good thing about it. Like I must have just missed something because I didn't. I wanted them to have me like feel sympathy for these characters, but just the way that they carried themselves, it didn't.
You couldn't latch on to anybody.
Like if Joe had fought back a little bit more and not waited until the last act to finally confront her, and instead of going from this the whole time and then finally going up, by then I didn't care. And then the whole Natalie Portman I get she was trying to be method and whatnot, but I didn't care about her either. So they
makes
just
sense.
oh, there's this actress coming. But
When I watched the movie last weekend, the audience score was at a 94%, and it's dropped down to a 73. So I feel like it might keep dropping the more people are watching it. So you never know.
That's the moms that threw it on with their family and realized that was a mistake.
Oh, Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore. I love those.
Oh my God, these guys May December. I love those months.
Fuck.
I was waiting. Like,
Netflix, we can trust them.
No, no, you can't.
No. Whew. So yeah, May December. It's interesting. It premiered in May, and I watched it in December. Was that like why?
That is
weird. With that? Or is that just because she was with them for that long and like fucked up their life, or did she go to prison in May, get out in December? I don't know. It's hard to say. And I don't know why Godzilla has to be -1. So, titles, man. It's hard to name a movie.
Yeah, so that's May December. It's on Netflix. Love to know what you guys thought of this movie. If you watched it, comment on our YouTube video, comment on our Instagram post. Let us know what you think of May December, because we're all over the board. John and I seem to like it a little bit more than Nate, but it is a controversial movie that is out there on Netflix that is kind of sweeping at the awards. I don't think it's going to get a ton of Oscar stuff besides supporting actor. Maybe one of them will be nominated, and then maybe that's it.
I don't think it's going to win anything, but I do think that
he could win Best Supporting Actor. I think that's a strong possibility.
Julianne Moore?
No, Charles Melton.
Oh,
I think it's a strong possibility that you could win. But
if he were to win, to me, I would not care about the Oscars anymore, because
they have tons of those though. For me,
you really have to make a push. Like
Mark Rylance in Bridge of Spies, he was great. What the fuck? Not better than some of the other ones. So
Jamie Lee Curtis,
Oscars always do
come
that.
On.
Yeah.
The fact that she won, I was like,
yeah, it was
if anything, it should have been
Oscar,
the daughter.
For sure. They like to do career Oscars and breakthrough actors. They've always been that way. I mean,
Charles Melton will. That's why Amy Adams never wins.
Everything. It's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I hate the career Oscar idea, because it feels like a slap in the face to the other people in the category that gave a shit and like tried, and then this person probably didn't give the best performance.
Yeah. John, do you want to skip Cat Person and just get into the first time watcher?
Sure. Yeah, we got to make that 137. So if you want to see our thoughts on Cat Person, you can definitely click the link in our bio.
If you even know what that movie is, it was a Sundance movie that is only on Hoopla. You need a library card in order to watch it. So have fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I might as well talk about Blowing the Heron or
Amelia Jones
or Switch or whatever the fuck.
Anyways, let's just do first time watch. And that. Oh wait, no. Yeah, we should probably just play the theme song before we introduce it.
Yeah.
First time watchers, are you watching with us? We're those movie dudes, and we about to discuss another movie that we've never seen. So grab some popcorn and pull up a seat.
Big Lebowski.
I'm gonna try to balance this on my head for the whole review. Okay.
Balance what? I don't. What's on your head?
Oh, Slinky. It's on my head.
Okay.
So this
be that hard. Was
Slinky.
John's
a wonderful toy.
So this was John's pick of the week.
The
Big Lebowski. He had never seen it before. Nate and I had seen it before, but so this is a rewatch for Nate and I, and a first time watch for John. So why did you pick The Big Lebowski.
Well, Spencer, as you know, it was Black Friday, and this was just one of those movies. This movie, Animal House, which we put this up against, put the Animal House up against the Big Lebowski. And I'm always trying to pick some of the new 4K movies because otherwise, odds are they're going to sit on my shelf and collect dust for the next year until next Black Friday. But also, my TFD friend Jake, big Lebowski guy, I'm pretty sure he had a poster in the bathroom. So every single time I sat down to take a shit, I would look at the dude's face, and I just wanted to watch the Big Lebowski. So I decided to take the initiative, and we chose it for this week's episode.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So the Big Lebowski, Spencer, what's it about, though? What is the Big Lebowski?
The dude, played by Jeff Bridges,
Mm-hmm.
has a really nice rug in his apartment, and some hooligans break in at the beginning of the movie and they pee on it. And
How could they?
the rug really ties the room together, and it just kind of sets him off down this odyssey of trying to get revenge or just try to get his rug back. That's the movie. He likes to bowl.
Is not what I thought the movie was going to be about. I
Yeah.
truly thought that the movie was like just some dudes bowling and drinking and making jokes, and it was more of like I don't know, like an office style, I don't know, comedy, just hanging out at the bowling alley, having a bowling league or whatever. Not at all. I mean, in a sense, it is because all these dudes really want to do is go bowling. They don't give a shit. They don't even have jobs. Like they don't care about anything else other than, oh, hey, yeah, no, just lost all the money. You want to go bowling? Like,
Yeah, that's
I
my
don't know,
favorite part.
I'm like, that's like us though. If we were caught in some sort of hostage situation, we're like, can this just resolve already so we can go play disc golf? Like, I just it's not working out for me. Like,
Exactly.
that's
He's
pretty
lost
much what
all
this
the
movie is.
money. Oh, fuck it. Let's just go bowl.
Let's play disc golf. Like, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, the concept itself is hysterical, and I was super excited to just go along for the ride with these guys. Nate, what's your background with this movie?
I saw this once in college. And yeah, that was the only time that I watched it. It was probably 5 years ago, something like that. But I remember liking it. At the time, I wasn't sure about the hype that it had. It just had this major following. People loved it. With this rewatch, it's probably, I'd have to look at all the Coen Brothers movies, but this might be the number one because it's just the way they throw in those like fantasy sequences, but they kind of fit perfectly for what the story's about. And at the times that they happen, he's drinking, so you can kind of see it fluently go through the story, but it's just so funny. And John Goodman, he's had a bunch of amazing characters over the years, but him as Walter, just shut up, Donnie, you're out of your element. It was just
Shut
some
the
of those
fuck
lines.
up!
I
Like,
was like,
no
Every
man,
time.
just be like, "Hey guys, shut the fuck up!" Like it was.
My favorite is like when he's coming to Donnie was bowling and like was missing out on the conversation and sits down and is like, "Oh, what are you guys talking about?" And like Walter's just like, "Shut up, Donnie. The life doesn't start and stop around you." Like,
It's great. That's how I feel sometimes around
like,
people.
oh, like he's just genuinely kind of curious, like wants to have friends, but just Walter's such a dick to Donnie.
do you know the theory about
oh my god,
his character?
Walter or
is
Donnie?
he real?
Donnie.
Donnie.
No, I do not know.
Is that he died in Vietnam, I think? Or
Okay.
he's just a pigment of their imagination type of thing. That's why like no one else really
He doesn't
interacts
exist
about
outside of
him
the
unless
bowling
they
alley.
say what?
I said he doesn't exist outside of the bowling alley. Does he?
Yeah.
I don't think he ever.
He's there when they go to like trash that kid's car, but then you cut back to the car and he's not there. So it's like he
That's
was sitting
interesting.
in the front seat.
Next time I watch it, I'll watch it with that mindset. Yeah, that's an interesting theory. Because no one really does interact with him.
They don't.
He's
Yeah.
the only one that you actually see bowl for their team.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the other guys are just sitting there drinking, complaining about everything the whole movie.
And he's the one that goes up and he gets the strike and he like not look at the camera, but he just kind of smiles joins the conversation. That's why he keeps going, "Shut the fuck up, Donnie."
Yep.
It's
Just
it's
like he's
it's like they're
talking
trying to have
to
a
him.
conversation and he's like seeing ghosts or something. That's a really
Mhm.
interesting
Interesting.
theory.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, we gonna go by In-N-Out and get some burgers? No, we're not gonna do that. Jesus, no. But it's by the In-N-Out burger, and then they're driving. Dude's just going. They're sitting there
cuts they have In-N-Out
snacking.
burgers. Yeah. Never been to In-N-Out. You
But
guys ever
oh
been to
my,
In-N-Out?
Nope. Never
no.
been.
I feel like no matter when I end up going, I'm gonna be disappointed because it's been hyped up my entire life, and it's just burgers at the end of the day. You
Mhm.
know.
Oh, for sure.
So.
But just the fact that he always his like drink of choice is a White Russian. The whole Sam Elliott just kind of being this overpowering, just this force that just is there when he narrates, and just
The final
I'm here to
scene.
talk to you about Jeffrey Lebowski.
The final scene when Sam Elliott's kind of just like wrapping up the story at the bar, it was so perfect. I was honestly wishing that is how every movie ended. It just kind of every
Him.
last shot of every movie just kind of just a slow pullback, and then just Sam Elliott just right there, like
Every movie.
and that's it, and that's the story. Like just,
Oh my god.
and just wrapping it up with just like the way that he fucking talks. It's so perfect.
His
it's
mustache was top tier in this movie too, man.
That
You
was
could
great,
dude, you couldn't even take that thing down with the strongest John Deere tractor alive. Like you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. It's just a fantastic mustache.
But
What
I
are
think
the odds that there's two?
What?
Oh, I was just saying, what are the odds of there being two Jeff Lebowskis in the
In
same
Los Angeles, there's a lot of people that live there. You know? And also Tara Reid's in this
Lebowski?
movie.
Was that Tara Reid?
Yeah, it's
That was
Tara
Tara
Reid,
Reid.
bro.
Okay, I thought
Tara
she
Reid
looked
before
familiar.
the
Bunny Lebowski,
surgery and
okay.
Sharknado and the drugs and all that.
Yep, fair enough. Yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman, as like the caretaker or butler to.
He
the
was
real
pretty funny
Jeffrey
as that character,
Epstein.
just trying to hold everything together.
He's trying to keep his composure the entire time. You can see him like fighting it. He's like, "Mr. Lebowski, we'll see you now."
And he's the only one that actually calls the dude.
Yeah, he respects him.
We did not consider that dude. Like,
It is kind of funny though, like the fact that he does call himself the dude, and has such a strong part of the story, like a central part of the story, is that he calls himself that and no one else decided to call him that. That was just, he's like, no, I'm the dude. You call me the dude. It's kind of like this guy right here.
Quack quack.
Ducky.
It's
Yeah,
like,
he's just...
no, he's like, I'm old Ducky. I'm like,
Well, we don't
didn't-
call him
but
the Ducky. We just call him Ducky.
we do call, we could call him the little Ducky. I realize that it's a thing in his family lineage that he is a duck, an actual mallard duck, but it's not like we coined the name. You know what I mean?
We could probably copyright it.
I've seen this movie probably 3 times now, and this third time was probably the most I've laughed throughout this movie. I was laughing probably like every other joke that happened. Like this movie was so tight with the script. The Coen brothers, I've watched a lot of them when I first got into movies back in like high school, and I've always I like them. I never loved their movies.
Hit or miss.
But
for
the
me.
more I've rewatched them over time, the more I've just flat out loved them. Like No Country for Old Men, The Big Lebowski, Fargo, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Even Raised in Arizona. I mean, when I first watched all these, I was just like, oh yeah, they're okay. We've watched them all since. Love them to death. I mean, some of them I don't love overall. I mean, they've made some stinkers down towards the bottom, but they're just solid filmmakers, and their scripts are so simple, but yet so layered and so chaotic at the same time too. But they just have their characters are just so lived in. And the dude played by Jeff Bridges is like pitch perfect. Some of the best casting and just character I've seen on screen. Just,
yeah,
he's the dude. I mean, he's just so perfect as the dude. And yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, I think that just this being my first time watch, I didn't really know what I was getting into, and the movie isn't what I thought it was going to be in terms of the actual plot that you get into. So I wasn't like laughing throughout, but there were a lot of like moments that I was like, oh, like, I was like, and I would laugh at them, like mainly the quick-witted stuff with Steve Buscemi, and then also I love the scene when they confront that kid who they think stole the car. When they're like, this fucking kid, like, I know he did it. I know he did it. They show him his homework and all this stuff, and they go beat the shit out of the car. Like, that was probably my favorite scene in the movie. Because these guys are just, at the end of the day, just like idiot, unemployed alcoholics. Like that, like I can relate. You know what I mean? So, I
I laughed pretty hard at when you first see or meet Julianne Moore's character, and she like flies in with her stupid art stuff and like gets down
Yeah,
off
what
the
the
ladder,
fuck
and
is
she's
that?
like, "I like to portray the female like body," and she just pauses. Vagina, just like stares at him, and he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Some men find that uncomfortable. That term, vagina, just like what? This is
Yeah.
so over the top,
all over the
weird,
place.
but yeah, it was.
He was funny too. What's that guy's name?
Jeff Bridges,
No, the one who plays Jesus, the other bowler.
John,
He's like
John
John
Turturro.
Turturro.
Yeah,
I almost said Turtle Top.
I wish there was like an actual like bowling night at the end where they get to like beat his ass at bowling. That never comes to a head. Like it's not really about that, but it would have been funny if there was an actual tournament that they had to try to win, against him. I don't know.
Well, that's just your
And then
opinion,
they win
man.
the money.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's just like your opinion, man. Like,
I love that
dude,
line delivery.
that's what you call me.
Yeah, nobody fucks with the Jesus. Yeah, it's just such great stuff. I'll just rip the Band-Aid off. This third time watch solidified it for me. This is, I'd say, a perfect movie for me. I gave it a 5 out of 5.
Wow.
I remember when I first watched it, some of the dream sequences were like, "Ooh, what? This is weird," and kind of like I'm not into. But this time, loved it. It was just funny as shit. Like him coming around like that corner on that huge wide, and like just him in the shadow, and he's just like kind of dancing and shit. Like it looks incredible. The 4K, they looked like it could have shot like last week.
It looked amazing,
incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was so happy
amazing.
I bought this. Like the detail was just amazing. So I really loved kind of re-experiencing the movie through that. So that definitely helps. I was laughing. I was enjoying the story. I was along for the ride. I love the character, the script, the directing, the performances. It all worked for me. I give it a 5 out of 5, and I'm not afraid of that grade anymore. So it is what it is for me, at least.
Fair enough.
Big Lebowski. John,
Me,
first time watch.
I liked it. I think I liked it a lot. I thought there were a lot of really funny story elements. Obviously, the dude is iconic. But I honestly liked the other characters equally. Like I thought they were all funny in their own ways. I would love to see more of Donnie, but maybe that's just the reason why he's so funny is because whenever he pipes up, he's like, "Shut the fuck up, Donnie!" Like it's great. It's great. So I don't know. It's one of those movies that I feel like I've seen other people say this is like when I saw it a second or third time, like I was laughing throughout. Like I liked it more. I appreciated it more.
It's grown on me like the 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did like it, but it didn't resonate with me as much as I think like, people who follow this movie for years will. So I give it a 3.5 out of 5.
3.5 out of 5. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you have it on 4K. You have plenty of opportunities to watch it again. And as I was watching the movie, I had that thought. It's like I could easily put this on anytime and just
It's just an easy watch. Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
Yep.
so 3.5 from Mainstream Boy. All right, Nate, what did you give this movie?
Yeah. I gave this movie a 4.5 out of 5. Not
Ooh.
quite
Wow,
there
across the
yet.
board.
But
All right.
very close.
Yeah.
It's something about that look that Jeff Bridges has on his face when he's like floating between the girl's legs on the bowling lane, and he's just his eyes are like,
It's like the Hugh Jackman meme from The Fountain.
like, am I really here? But yeah, just some of the stuff that he does just cracks me up. Like when he sees that rich guy write something on the notepad and he thinks, "Ooh, I have a good idea. I'm gonna go do that thing with a pencil and get the outline." And it's just It's just a man with a penis sticking out, and he rips it, and he runs and lays back on the couch. It's like he
That
did
was
that
fun.
for
That was
nothing.
that
He
was
got
very
nothing
funny.
from that.
Yeah.
And just he seems like, even out of the whole group, he's like the chill one, just normal.
The dude,
even though he's
yeah.
the dude, he's the most normal. Where Walter just, shut up, Donnie, you're out of your element. Like, he has no idea just because he sat in, but he's drinking his coffee in peace.
Dude, I
Nope.
feel like
Gonna
you could
drink
make the
my
argument
coffee.
that he's the same person from Cloverfield Lane. Like, they're both equally fucking psychotic in their own head for whatever reason, from the war, from whatever it is. Maybe watch those two movies back to back and it'll make sense. I'm making connections here.
It's far-fetched, but I like where your head's at.
Right?
It's
Come on. They're
interesting.
both fucking crazy. Like, I don't know.
Trying to follow the red line on the bulletin board, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I can
swear,
get it
I swear. Put the
Yeah.
put the thumbtack right there. I don't know.
Roseanne, what the fuck? The Connors? Okay.
Oh,
Really.
yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So,
Big
all right,
Lebowski,
3.5
baby.
from John, 4.5 from Nate, 5 from me. The Big Lebowski. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. Go and watch it on Netflix, or
But
buy the 4K for $10.
It's worth it. And I
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
realized
buy
that
it
the
on
carpet is in
4K.
his glasses there on the picture. Because the movie's about the carpet. It's very
Oh god,
funny.
I just remembered that I forgot about this scene. And this rewatch reminded me of it when the cop arrests him after his like crazy acid dream, and is like, "I don't like your jerk off clothes. I don't like your jerk off face. I don't like you." Jerk off. Like, and then he takes the coffee cup and just fucking, or mug, and just hucks it at his forehead. It just flings into the ground. It's just like, what the hell is this movie? It's so funny. Anyways, okay. Just randomly came in my mind.
The dude.
Big Lebowski, go and watch it. It's hilarious. Yeah, okay. So that is our first time watch. Nate, you're up for next week. What are your picks for John and I to vote on? What is our first
what
time
are
watch?
they?
So you're
for
gonna
What are
need to
they?
remind me if any of these have already had an episode, but I'm like 99.9% sure they haven't. So the first one I've only seen once. I haven't even opened it yet, but it was my favorite movie the year it came out. It was The Favorite.
John, have you seen it?
Emma Stone.
Yeah.
So we've all seen it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, so it's not a first time watch. See, this is a complicated segment we have here. You know, I feel like it doesn't have to be a first time watch. It could be a first time watch for you listeners.
I keep forgetting that it's the first time watch. So the next one I was gonna do, I'm sure we've all seen. So then I'm just gonna go with this one, which I don't think John has seen.
Most likely not.
You seen Rebel Without a Cause?
Didn't we do an episode on that?
No episode on it.
No.
What's the one with James Dean with a motorcycle or whatever?
Rebel Without a Cause.
Okay,
It's not-
Rebel
he's
Without a
not in a
Cause.
motorcycle.
All right. So motorcycle in this movie.
What was the third
Well,
one?
I guess that it was gonna be Nightcrawler.
Oh, okay.
I've never seen it, I promise. Okay. So
Well,
wait, the
I'm
favorite
gonna-
of Rebel Without a Cause?
Favorite and Rebel Without a Cause. I'd go with that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down to.
Sure.
I got mine ready to go in the chat.
all right. You ready, Duck?
Yep.
Count us in.
3, 2, 1. The Favorite. Oh.
Ooh. I went with the
Wow.
favorite because I saw that once in theaters with you, Nate. It was down. You came down and we watched it. I didn't care for it. And then it went on to get so many Oscar nominations and wins. And I think you loved it walking out. And I haven't watched it since. Poor Things is coming out. I'll rewatch it for the episode. It'll be like a first time watch essentially. Because I think I even like fell asleep during the movie. It was just like I was not with it when I was watching it. So I'll count it for me. That's why I went with the favorite.
The only thing I remember liking about The Favorite was Olivia Colman's acceptance speech of the Oscar.
She had a great speech.
She had a really good speech, and I was like, wait, maybe I do like the movie now. Like, I just didn't like the movie at all, but I guess it's
Needs a
down
rewatch from me.
to Nate
That's it.
here, for sure.
Well, damn, you guys were just talking about The Favorite. I'd feel weird picking it.
And it goes to Nightcrawler.
No, let's watch The Favorite. I haven't seen it in a long since it came out, literally.
God.
So it's been what, 4 or 5 years?
Something like
Yeah,
that.
2017.
Not even that. No,
I
it was
remember-
2019.
It was 2017 or 18 when it came out.
2018.
Yeah, because
So
Nate and I
remember-
saw it in theaters. It was getting a lot of hype, and then we sat on opposite ends of the row because like we just were like, all right.
Completely opposite.
So like yeah, we the whole row to like ourselves. We sat on the opposite ends. So like we
Talk
were
about buffer
all the way
seats, that's
down. Yeah,
crazy.
that was the most buffer seats we've had. And
There was
and
no
then
one else there.
afterwards,
So
and then afterwards, yeah, I just was like, I don't know. I was so iffy on it, but I'd love to rewatch it. So there we go.
All right, The Favorite, and we got Poor Things coming out, so we can talk about
That's what I was
Emma
thinking.
Stone in 2 films next episode.
Yeah.
Awesome.
throw it in the oven.
Nice.
Throw it
Favorite.
in the fucking oven.
The
Go
Favorite.
and watch it, and watch it with Poor Things. All right, John, it's your time to shine.
Is it? Okay. And at 116 on the time code right now, I'm pretty sure that's exactly where we were last episode to finish at 137. So here we are again.
It's time for the answers to know this fact. For the questions I'm about to ask, like,
What is the capital booty? It's mainstream
boy trivia!
Yeah. Slinky, it's a wonderful toy. I'm going to send you guys Slinkies for Christmas. I feel like you've earned them. But for those of you who have not made it this far into an episode before, I totally understand if you turn it off.
Throw it in the oven.
Yep. This is the movie trivia segment, Mainstream Boy Trivia, where these two guys will have a chance to compete in some trivia questions, movie related, new releases, synopsis, name that movie, dude. Had a chance to be the mainstream boy of the week. So as it stands, I believe Spencer is up like 4-2 or 5-1 at this rate. But we're switching it up this week. We're switching it up. This week, it is only movie clip soundbite clues. So essentially, I'm just going to play a soundbite, and you have to tell me what movie it is. That's it. Okay? It's that simple. That simple. There's a myriad of different genres. It has no particular type of film. It's all out there. We should all know about these movies in one way or the other. There's no curveballs. It's just do your best. Okay?
So for buzzing in, because this is an audio segment, I think if we vocally say our names to buzz in, it's not going to work.
Okay.
So let's just
Oh.
type it for sure.
Okay.
In this
All right.
sense.
Private
Yep.
chat it is.
And there might be a delay in terms of the audio clip being played for Nate and me. I could have it before Nate is hearing it. So I don't know. So
I don't mind
do our
playing
best.
it multiple
Do our
times if
best.
we need to. They're all under 30 seconds.
Just some disclosure is all. That's all. Here we go.
Yes. I want it to be fair. So if for some reason it cuts out from when you guys tell me, but the first person to 4 in this game is the winner. It's best 4 out of 7, not best
Okay.
3 out of 5. Okay. 7 sound bites starting
I'm
now.
locked in. Like that's why I haven't said anything.
Here we go. Soundbite number 1. Wait till it ends. Or you know what?
No, once we know, I think we should send it in.
Okay. Then
You can
I'll be-
because you can pause it and then resume it. I think you can pause it and resume. Yeah, you
I
definitely
can't have the chat open at the same time. Okay, but it should pop up with the notification. So I'll pause it the second I see a notification on the private chat. We'll figure it out. Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
You like my shirt? Are you a metal fan? No, me. Oh, me. Who am I? Oh, I'm Charlie.
Nate?
Is this Bumblebee?
It's Bumblebee. Nate, good job. That is the scene.
I could hear
where-
the. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm like, oh, it's
real.
robotic. It's a robot. I'm like, real steel, Hugh Jackman. Like, all right.
Of course, it's Bumblebee. It's mainstream boy trivia. What else would it be?
Never seen it. So okay. fair
Oh
enough.
wow. Oh, okay.
I
I
fell
saw
asleep.
that at our
I
buddy
watched like an hour ago.
Otto's theater in Orono, Maine.
John
Um,
Cena.
Yeah, no, that's this. You know what? Should I play the whole thing? so we can
No.
all enjoy it.
No.
Copyright.
No.
Anyway, it's the scene where she introduces herself to Bumblebee, and she's like, "What's your name?" He's like, "No, what's yours?" Anyways, soundbite number 2, Nate up 1-0. Here we go.
I just feel like, you know, for a kid like me in high school, the best case scenario, just survive, you know? Survive without creating any mortal enemies or hideously embarrassing yourself forever.
Ducky?
I'm only guessing this because it's you. Is it Paper Towns? Yeah, I thought I heard just Nat
Not
Wolf. Like,
Paper
and just
Towns.
you're obsessed with Paper Towns. So I was like, okay, maybe it's okay.
I am obsessed with Paper Towns. That's a very solid guess. I'm gonna continue the clip.
I just feel like, you
Oh,
know,
it
for
starts
a
over.
kid like me in high school, the best case scenario, just survive, you know? Survive without creating any mortal enemies or hideously embarrassing yourself forever.
Just survive until college.
College? No. God, college.
Nate?
That's all I needed.
Yeah. What is it?
Mural and the Dying Girl.
Yeah, it sounded
That's
exactly
correct.
like Cook. Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to
Because
wait for
I
that.
closed my
that
eyes.
voice.
I was trying to imagine that lead saying that, but I didn't recognize his voice, but I recognized Olivia Cook. So it's like,
I mixed it with Nat Wolf. All right.
That was not Nat Wolf. It was that other kid. What's his freaking name?
Thomas Mann.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never would have guessed that in a million years.
I
Fantastic.
got you. Is that a point for something? No. Perfect.
No,
Okay.
it's not. But that's
fair.
okay. Maybe next episode. Okay. Ducky is down 0-2. 0-2. Here we go. Clip number 3, first to 4.
Do you have any idea what it's like knowing my real brother and mother spend every day of their lives?
This is The Greatest Showman. Okay.
No,
I'm
it's
just
not The
trying to read
Greatest Showman.
you. I'm not. Yeah.
The Greatest Showman is not The Greatest Showman. All right, I'm playing it again.
Do you have any idea what it's like knowing my real brother and mother spend every day of their lives looking for me? Huh? How every day my real brother screams my name. Can you imagine the pain they must be in not knowing where I am? Huh? 25 years, Luce. 25!
Wow, I felt the emotion from that one.
He's a great actor.
Debbie.
Yes, I clicked in. I don't know. I don't know it.
Really? Okay.
You have to name a Hugh Jackman movie, though.
I didn't know Hugh Jackman was in this.
Oh, it's Hugh Jackman. That's that. I don't know the movie yet. I know it's Hugh Jackman. Not Hugh Jackman.
It's not Hugh Jackman.
The fuck?
Nope, not Hugh Jackman. I don't think you've seen this movie, Ducky. I don't know if Nate has, but
You played again?
I'll play it again.
You guys will all know this movie. Okay. Fine.
You should know.
Do you have any idea what it's like knowing my real brother and mother spend every day of their lives looking for me? Huh? How every day my real brother screams my name. Can you imagine?
Ducky?
You're right. I haven't seen it, but it's Dev Patel. It's Lion. Never seen it.
That's correct. He is an Australian in the movie, so he's forcing an Australian accent. I can understand why you would
That
think that
sounds
was
like Hugh Jackman. That's crazy. That blew my mind.
I see it now. I see it.
that blew my
I can
mind,
hear
but
what you're saying. Yeah.
I know you love Lion. It's okay. There is a secrecy to this game, but I just haven't figured it out yet. Okay.
Yep. They're all related to me in one way or another,
Yeah,
including this next one. Okay. Here we go. 2-1. Soundbite number 4. Starting now.
I'm a scientist. I believe in data.
A scientist?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of scientist?
Molecular biology. I'm most fascinated with the eye.
The eyes?
Go fuck yourself, dude. Eye origins.
It is I Origins. Yep, that's they're talking about how he wants to prove to basically the religious fanatics that the eye is I don't know, scientific or whatever.
We have a podcast episode on I Origins, so go and listen to that in our podcast feed.
Love the movie. 5 out of 5. Okay, 2-2. 2-2. First to 4, everybody. We got a barn burner here for Mainstream Boy Trivia of the Week. Here we go. Soundbite number 5.
Look, I know I've messed up a lot, but it doesn't change how I feel about you. And I know you're not meant to be with that guy. Please, just give me a chance and I'll show you.
Stop it! Stop! You need to go. Please.
Nobody's gonna buzz in. Come on.
Probably some unknown thing that you guys know that I don't.
No,
'cause I
it's
have
not.
no
It's
idea.
not.
I don't even know it. It's just the fucking laugh at her acting line delivery.
Stop it. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
You don't know? Wow.
No, not yet.
That means we have to play it again?
That was the whole clip?
Yeah, it's the whole clip.
Fuck.
All right. We'll play it again. Fuck.
Look, I know I've messed up a lot, but it doesn't change how I feel about you. And I know you're not meant to be with that guy. Please, just give me a chance and I'll show you.
Stop it! Stop! You need to go. Please.
The music gets really intense. It's like dun, no, and it's like escaping shots of like fucking Los Angeles. Okay. Nobody?
No, I really don't know. I don't recognize an actor in that.
Okay.
It's just not, I don't know. There's not enough there, I guess, for me to decipher it.
No
Maybe a
guesses.
guess or- yeah, no guess.
I'll give hints. I will because okay, I'll give a hint. Hot on the buzzer. Jacob Elrody's in this movie.
I don't know who that is. So
Fuck. Ducky?
I actually meant to write Ducky.
Oops.
The Kissing Booth 1. Nate, go
Nate?
ahead.
I don't know.
Just name one of the sequels.
Why? Why would I do that? You just told me it would be one of the sequels, so
It's either 2 or
gonna
3.
pass.
50 shot.
You might as well take the win here, Nate. Just pick one of the sequels.
2.
Wow.
Wow. Cool. Perfect.
Don't give me the point for that. Yeah. Kissing Booth 3. Fuck yeah. No.
I have to. That's how the game works.
Okay. That's wonderful.
Good job. You really earned that one. Okay, so Spencer up 3-2. With 2 films to go. First person to 4. Here we go. Soundbite number 6.
You let me say what I want to say. I don't think you'll mind.
Okay.
Nate?
Oh, yeah.
Brooklyn.
That's correct. That is Saoirse Ronan in Brooklyn.
Saoirse.
Yes, it is.
Saoirse.
They have a lot of dinner in that movie. Yeah, that is
do.
Brooklyn, where they eat dinner 90% of the film. That's okay, everybody. Okay, 3-3. 3-3. I don't know if it's a fair 3-3, but either way, it is. In terms of yeah. Okay, so the final hint, everybody. Whoever gets this correct is Mainstream Boy of the Week. Here we go.
I'm very fond of her.
Oh, you're very fond of her, are you? Well, in that case.
No, don't turn it on me. I don't want your cloud on my head.
Shut up,
No, you
Sue.
can shut right up. Don't pick a fight with me. You certainly won't come out alive. I'll go right through you, and it'll be you who ends up on the floor. Understood?
Is that the whole clip?
That's the whole clip.
I think I know the actor, the male actor in that. I just don't know the movie yet.
What could it be? What could it be? Did Jonathan pick Brooklyn? And then maybe he picked another movie that he...
Shut up.
Can you play the clip again?
I can play the clip again. Yeah, sure.
Look.
That's the wrong clip.
Oh.
I'm very
I was like,
fond of
that's
her.
all you're giving us?
Oh, you're very fond of her, are you? Well, in that case.
No, don't turn it on me. I don't want your cloud on my head.
Shut up,
Oh, no,
Sue.
you can shut right up. Don't pick a fight with me. You certainly won't come out alive. I'll go right through you, and it'll be you who ends up on the floor. Understood?
I have a guess.
Okay. Ducky?
The first time I thought it was Ralph Fiennes, but this time I think it's Daniel Day-Lewis, and I think it's Phantom Thread. What's happening? Fucking no? Okay.
Play it.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I'm trying. There it is. Oh. And your winner, Mainstream Boy of the Week. Yeah.
I feel like the Kissing Booth 3 answer was not, I don't think I really deserved that at all. It's the only movie Jacob Elordi's been in besides Priscilla and Saltburn is the
Okay.
Kissing Booth movies.
Well, I could have just said Joey King and you still got it regardless. Like, it doesn't matter. I figured you would have remembered because that scene, she's arguing with Marco and he was in the third movie, not the second movie.
I didn't even know who that actor was. I've never seen the movies.
It wasn't the movie where they had this like Mario Kart thing and he doesn't want to dress up as fucking
John,
Wario.
you're gonna
I'm
describe
mad about
it, and I'm still not gonna know what the movie is. So
That was all the sound bites. Damn.
Yeah, that's it.
You didn't do them all.
Next time we'll do more. I think that was fun. I liked it. I had fun. I feel how hard was that?
I think it just needs to be a little bit more random.
That was pretty random. No?
I
had
see
eye
where you're
oranges in the
going
kissing
with it.
booth in there. Like Phantom Thread.
don't
Those are
have
like
a theme with that. Don't be like, oh, these are all related to me. You
they
just
weren't though.
Pick random movies.
Phantom Thread. I've never seen it. Like I was trying to like, and a Me Earl and the Dying Girl. That's like a Nate movie, and then like
Yeah, there's themes. Yeah.
Brooklyn is a Nate movie. Phantom Thread is like either of you could have taken that. That's why I did it in that order. I'm like, okay, this could be like a pretty good. It was rigged. I'm not gonna lie, I rigged it.
Okay.
So
Figured.
either way, yeah, it is what it is. It's for the content. So, anyways, Ducky, Mainstream Boy of the Week. It was close though. Nate had that from the beginning. I think that you did get a little lucky with the kissing booth. But yeah, if you made it this far, really appreciate you listening, subscribing on YouTube at ThoseMovieDudes. You know how it is. Nate's movie just finished up. So if you want a movie that's an easy hour and 34 minutes, watch Men.
Can you imagine if we get copyrighted claim for showing the entirety of Men through like a tiny little box on screen that is sometimes like cropped out, sometimes it's there?
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised at this rate.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
Right now, as you're listening, it's December 12th. We have 2 weeks. That puts us on Christmas Day.
Oh,
boys.
wow.
So we'll figure that out. Maybe have an episode a little before or a little after that time. So just stay tuned for another episode in 2 weeks. Whole bunch of movies coming out. Do you guys have anything that you are going to be checking out in the next couple of weeks? Any new releases besides the first time watch for The Favorite or a rewatch of The Favorite? Do you have any new releases you're going to go check out, like Wonka, Chicken Run 2, Dawn of the Nuggets, Aquaman?
I actually was gonna go to a secret AMC screening tonight. That I ended up doing the podcast instead. But there was gonna be a secret screening, and
Like Regal?
It was at AMC. AMC's doing it now too.
Oh,
It's AMC's secret $5 screening, and I have A-list, so I could still just go for free. I'm pretty sure it was gonna be The Boys in the Boat.
no, the George Clooney directed Borefest.
Right. So I didn't really feel like going to see The Monuments Men again.
Fair enough.
I wasn't looking forward to it. I'm just saying there was an opportunity to go see it tonight, but I didn't go.
Okay. So what are you going to be checking out for the next podcast?
I think I'll have seen Wonka by then.
It's going to be Wonka.
Yeah, Wonka. I do want to see the movie, the End of the World movie that you were talking about. I don't know if we'll talk about it on the pod, but and Poor Things, most likely Poor Things. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Nate, is there an upcoming movie in the next couple of weeks that you're most looking forward to checking out?
Really anything that's streaming because I can't really get to the theater.
Chicken Run 2,
but
Dawn of the Nugget.
yeah,
Nice.
that would probably be one of the big ones, just because I want to hear like a new rendition of Building the Crate. See if they like update on it or something, add like another orchestral part that will make it really epic. Is Mel Gibson coming back?
No, it's Zachary Levi now. So they've
Oh,
recast
God.
it because of controversy. But for me, I think the next movie I will be seeing in theaters is The Boy and the Heron. So hopefully maybe the next podcast we could do an episode on that. And then I think Maestro is kind of up there as well. And if we see Chicken Run, I mean, I'm happy to talk about it too. So a lot
Also,
of movies
Migration.
coming out. Migration comes out. Yeah, we have Rebel Moon, the Zack Snyder movie on Netflix as well, which is like a $300 million movie. Tons of movies are coming out streaming and in theaters, Oscar stuff. So just watch whatever you watch. Come back in 2 weeks for our discussions.
At Those Movie Dudes, everybody. Instagram. Don't forget YouTube. Hit subscribe. You want to watch us on here. If you're just listening, you want to see our beautiful faces wearing football gear for some reason, head on over to YouTube. Those Movie Dudes podcast, all one word. Mac Jones got benched, baby, and I still own his jersey for $120. I don't know how.